I believe the NFL is a matchup league. I don't think the Seahawks match up well against us at all. I thought, and you could even see it this year, right? You dominate the Seahawks. You destroy the Seahawks. Then you go play a terrible Russell Wilson and you lose in Denver. Why? Because Russell Wilson just has what it takes to beat this 49ers defense. It's whether it's mentality, game style play, whatever, that's just what it is. Seattle doesn't have what it takes to beat us. The rivalry and the issues, we were beating Seattle with Pete Carroll before Russell. We're beating him after. Russell was the trigger, right? So that's difficult. Now, having said this about Seattle, yeah, they're playing very well. They're playing very efficient. I mean, they did throw a pick six, but again, the Cardinals suck this year. You got Kyler Murray, who's 0-2 since the new Call of Duty came out. I think that's important. Also, you've got little man running around yelling at everybody. He's yelling at DeAndre Hopkins in the first quarter. And what else I thought was crazy, my fantasy team can attest to this. DeAndre Hopkins did nothing after that first drive. They didn't even throw him the damn ball anymore. So 4 targets or so to DeAndre Hopkins, touchdown drive. They get in the argument on the sideline. Quit throwing him the ball. Like, awesome, Kyler. Which I will say, and I can't take credit for this. I want to make sure I give proper credit. I can't find it right now. It is the stereotypical behavior of a child who is a gamer. When things don't go wrong, you yell cuss words into your headset and you yell at everybody and you walk off on your temper tantrums, which is exactly what Kyler Murray keeps doing. So you're yelling at your head coach, you're yelling at your all-pro receiver, you're yelling at everybody. Well, maybe look in the mirror at some point. I think that's important. That fumble was a pretty big fumble. So I don't know. Seattle's doing enough not to beat themselves. And yeah, Johnny, they're punching above their weight class. They're stopping, and I don't even think you could say this. The narrative has been they're not beating themselves. They kind of did beat themselves. That pick six was huge, but Arizona's just a bad football team. So we'll see. Seattle's going to match up very, very well against a lot of teams. They do not against the 49ers. But yeah, the Rams, they're out of it. It's over. It's over. They had the win against a quality, quote unquote, opponent in the Bucks. Defense isn't there. You've got Jalen Ramsey and their front runners questioning the offense and talking trash against the coaching staff and all that stuff after the game. If you ever heard that soundbite, basically said like defense did their job. Offense got to have some dogs. Coaches got to have some dogs to go do something. And so, yeah, it's kind of rough, but that's just who the Rams are. They're front runners. Their coach is a front runner. Their people that they have on their roster are front runners. It's just who they are. And they're not in the front, not at all. To put it, if we look at, there's 16 teams in the NFC. If the playoffs started today, the 49ers are in. They were in before this week with a 4-4 record. Well, what's happened is you're starting to see this delineation take place between quality NFC teams and not so much. If you look at the teams behind the 49ers, Falcons lost, Commanders lost, Rams lost, Saints were on bye with us, Packers lost, Cardinals lost, Bears lost. Detroit Lions, who are the 15th ranked team in the NFC, they got to win. They beat the Packers, who are 12th, and then the Carolina Panthers. They lost terribly. So the Rams are 10th. That's where they're at. Cardinals are 13th. You look at the 49ers, they're 7th, and Seattle's 3rd because they're winning a division. You win a division, you're guaranteed top 4. The Bucks at 4-5 are in first place. They're in first place. This is a 2-team race. I think you're 100% correct. And the fact that the 49ers are currently in, and again, I mean, it's early, but the fact that the 49ers are currently in that 7 seed with a 4-4 record, I don't think there's many pundits or content creators or you guys. Let me ask you this. What do you think the final record for the 49ers is going to be? Remember, there's 17 games now. Do you think they're going to finish 8-9 or 9-8? Do you think they're going to get to 10 wins? Throw it up in the chat. What do you think the 49ers end win-loss record is going to be? Because here's why I bring it up. You just got to be average in the NFL. There's 16 teams in the NFC. 7 get in. You just got to be right at average or right above. 10 wins got us in last year. And so I think as you see all of those things take place, and as this The 49ers are better now than I'd say they have been at any point in the season, roster-wise, right? You've developed a lot of depth, and I think this is what is key in all these people returning. I'm seeing 11-6. I'm seeing some 12-5s. Yeah, 8-9 missed the playoffs. Chris says we ain't gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. That hurts, Chris, but that's okay. You be real. 10-7. I think 10-7, 11-6 are probably the two most likely. You look across Vegas and the odds and all those things. Yeah, 11-6 to deliver on the preseason. My bookie, it was at 9.5 wins. I'm pretty sure is what we bet. We bet over 9.5 wins. They got to get to that 10th win to cover our preseason bet. At least that's what we did. So Melissa says 11-6 or 10-7. I'd be happy with either of those. Both those are getting in the playoffs this year. 11-6, I think is most realistic. I'm with you, Braden. Yeah, John, he's in there too.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.